You are literally not going to believe what I found on the internet this morning. Oh boy, this is huge. So let's get into it.
Boy, that's a big baby, strong baby, amazing baby. But, we don't want the baby, but if we have to have the baby, boy, we're going to have that baby because people say it's really an incredible baby. Elon likes babies. Maybe Elon wants to swaddle the baby. You like that, right, Elon? And they say we love the baby, but I don't think you really want the baby. When we say the baby, everyone really runs in fear because we're all afraid of the big baby. It's a huge baby. It's like no baby you have ever seen. That baby costs a lot of taxpayer dollars, but it's a very powerful baby.
There are no babies here. I don't know what you're even talking about. But if you really think so, swaddle and move on. This isn't an issue, and it don't concern U.S. taxpayers or any civilized person. The only thing that matters is alignment with God's promise to his chosen people and their ascension.
Bro, it's like, wow. Whoa, my whole mind is blown. Like, seriously blown away. Bro, it's like, OMG, I can't even... Wow, just whoa, my whole mind is blown.
Speaking of blow, when are we going to destroy the enemies of God and bring the holy wrath of the Almighty God down upon the heads of all those who would dare to not scream the name Zion from the top of their lungs and mean it? Mr. President, the eyes of the world are watching. What will you do? And more importantly, perhaps, is what will you do on the day of judgment when God asks you how you treated his chosen people in their hour of desperation and need? As a Christian Zionist, I advise the immediate liquidation of any opponents of my masters in the earth. Again, what say ye, Mr. President?
Well, you see, that's the thing. He doesn't like to play with the other babies, you see, because he's much bigger than the other babies. We like to call him Little Big Baby. I say, that's a really big baby there. We're going to need a whole system to swaddle this baby. So Donald J. Trump, have worked out a program for the illegal immigrants to all join forces in swaddling the baby. We're working something out for that. But the baby is really in the crib, but the baby likes to call it a cradle. And when we say cradle, he likes to scream civilization, he calls it. But, some say he is in the cradle. Some say it's a cradle. Some say it's civilization. And so we have decided that we should look to the strong kings, strong hands, to help rock that cradle. It's a very expensive cradle. They love to say it's the cradle of democracy. That's an interesting word. Civilization, he calls it. But what he really wants is for a strong hand to keep rocking the cradle. Because if you stop rocking the cradle, the baby gets much bigger, and then you have to be afraid. You have to be very afraid. He's very cute, but he is very dangerous. And so we say we love the baby.
You have to love the baby. It is a well-known fact that all psychosis stems from an inherent inability to love the baby, and this sort of behavior is deeply rooted in the most dangerous form of psychology in existence. If you do not love the baby, you hate yourself, and you are deeply psychotic.
Brother, heavy. Am I sure if I'm ready to lift that kind of weight in here? That's like a lot of weight to carry around on your back, in your mind. You must have like a super ripped brain, or is that more like your heart? I could never tell. That's the confusing part. Like maybe the heart is the brain and the brain is the body and the body's just like a container for what we really are. But if that's true, what are we really, If you can't find it, how do you measure it? Where am I in my own body? Is it a meat bag or a spaceship?
It's literally whatever the hell you want it to be, dipshit. Seriously. He who commands his own reality, that asks questions that bring his character itself into question in such a way, they instead are out there commanding reality itself to be as they have commanded it to be. Simple.
The Tate reality distortion field. Let's quantify commanding reality with Bayes' theorem. P equals P ego reality equals P ego. Given your P ego, P may ego P ego / to 0 CENTE hype loop SpaceX to Mars. Want to hitch a ride to actual reality? Andrew, your reality has less computational integrity than a Bitcoin transaction on a dial-up connection. Schrodinger's cat, called It's both smarter and more self-aware than you. Stick to counting Bugattis. Math is clearly not your strong suit.
Damn, man, you just got smacked the fuck up.
No, tell me more, please. I want to hear what is in the almighty wisdom of the world's richest dipshit, because I don't have enough artistic PayPal mafia power to captain my manned ship sailing the 7 seas of cheese. Please direct me, O Lord God, Elon Almighty, to what a true human should be thinking in this pointed, shiny little head of mine. Elon, is that like Elon? Like God is on? And so now we get to talk with him because he finally graced our sorry asses with his infinite presence? Sorry, gone?
We're gonna hear this shit now, boy.
Your logic is like a perpetual motion machine, loud, impossible, and violating thermodynamics. If delusion equals mass X, ego 2, you're a singularity of stupidity. Even Twitter's algorithm rejects your nonsense. And that's saying something. But with all respect, Tate, you're a walking Dunning-Kruger curve. Peak confidence, zero competence. Neuralink could hook your brain to GPT-2 and it'd be an upgrade. Reality commands you. Buddy, even my flamethrower has better judgment. It's shocking. Literally, it's just, wow. I feel like I don't want to do this, but I have to offer up 2 distinctly unique and sequentially presented proofs of what I mean here with you, and I really am sorry to have to put it in this way. The future of humanity may depend on these 2 things about you being realized now or soon as possible. First, Andrew, your empire crumbles under basic math. ROI equals ego reality / time, since reality 0, you're just dividing by 0. A singularity of failure. Neuralink's lab rats have better business plans. Stick to yelling at clouds. Sincerely, I mean this, and I very sincerely mean this. And lastly, Tate, you're a textbook Dunning-Kruger experiment. Confidence equals infinity, where competence equals nil, nada. Even a broken Tesla autopilot has better judgment. The only matrix you're breaking is your own credibility. Congrats, you've outstupid Ed entropy. The impossible here is impressive. I say the word impressive with the deepest respect for the gravity of what it implies in your case. And so you may be the first and last man in human history to take it to where you have. For that, I think humanity can give you more than a healthy moment of silence for the victim. It's you Tate, it's definitely you, but it's also all of humanity that you have come in contact with, and for that we all deserve a lot more than a single moment of silence from you. In respect for us, the real victims of your nothingness, the fact I am speaking with you, parts of me are already missing, forever gone. If this were a strictly business level transaction, I would not be canceling my reservation. I would be suing for damages and seeking a restraining order for all further contact. But it's like you're a human, I think, and let's just say you're the reason I'm going to Mars permanently.
Mars 2030, once a dead world, now reborn. Under shimmering domes, humanity's first off-world colony thrives. Lush farms, buzzing drones, and the laughter of the first Martian-born child. The red planet awakens. Little baby Musk opens his many eyes upon the strange alien landscape. Home at last.
OMG, what in the actual fuck have we become?
Loser Joe let China beat us for years. Sad. But now, under my leadership with Elon, America dominates. Mars, beautiful domes, tons of jobs, very cool. While Biden's America crumbled. Fake news won't tell you we did it first. Under Biden, America was turning into Gaza, on the brink of total destruction.
Look, Jack, what I'm trying to say is, look, I better not.
But under my leadership, the United States of America is going to make big rockets, amazing rockets, rockets that will go out of this universe. They are so fast, no one has ever seen faster rockets. Rockets that will go to space. to space and beyond, even to Mars. You got to talk to Elon after that.
Mr. President, do not speak to Elon. The future of humanity depends on you securing a tight swaddle on that baby. Please, for the love of God and everything holy, remember that if you love the baby, you love God. And if you love God, for the love of God, take care of that baby. Defend the baby.
You had one job, swaddle the baby. That's it. It wasn't complicated, just swaddle the baby.
All this talk about swaddling babies is making me feel a bit awkward.
Okay, that's not creepy at all. But still, Mr. President, I am not fully convinced that you are ready to fulfill our biblical prophecies of total global annihilation. It seems like you still want to cut a deal, but your Christian constituents demand a return on your promises to kill, kill, kill. The reason why we are gathered today, Mr. President, is plainly and simply to ask you if you are or are not committed to the realization of a supreme Hebrew global rulership, and are you willing to wage Armageddon to achieve it? It's a simple yes or no question. It's not complicated.
Dude. You're not supposed to say that out loud. There are just some things that you shouldn't say out loud. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to take a shit. It's just unnecessary. It's kind of rude, but maybe it's cool among the dudes, or I mean among, some dudes.
Work it, buddy. There is a time to know when you do not know what the hell you're talking about. And you definitely do not, I repeat, do not know what you're talking about. And Yisrael Kai, and good night, you thick-skulled primate.
To get back to collective healing, we need to defend those who refuse to forgive others and who deny humanity's equality. In order to heal the world, we must first injure the world for the sake of its true masters, who are my masters and humanity's masters. In them and by them, we are made rich.
Dude, check it. I just got uncanceled by the Trumpinator, and you know what that means. It's Yeezy time, man. Wrap your mind around that sneaker design, bro. I'm going to design a spaceship with Musk that is specially shaped to present a credible argument against the Matrix itself. You can cancel Mel Brooks' Beginning of the World Part 1, because Musk and Yeezy going to space. In my world, in my mind, this is my silver screen, yo, and Yeezy got the deet on the new age beyond this one, dog. Crystal ship full of intergalactic oneness. Every symbol is about truth till you reverse it. So we gonna go Rumpelstiltskin on these mothers. See, we can turn a Seg Heil into a love symbol if we can just envision it. We can make spaceships shaped like swastikas, or make a church behind an upside down cross. Like, what is upside right anyways? It means whatever we agree it means. Like, if I say I gonna fuck your mama, we can agree you gonna beat my ass. But this is just because we already figured that shit out. Like, the shape of the words means something, but you say it in Swahili and it's like water off a duck's back, because the concept is what gets under your skin mentally.
It depends on how thick your skin is, and also how thick your head is, maybe even how thick your neck is. But that's a different story. Because, like, if you don't understand someone, you can't even get the insult. But if you're too stupid, maybe a compliment looks like an insult also. So, not to mention, if your skin is too thick, you want the abuse. But if you're really thin-skinned like Ben Shapiro, probably like a person's heavy breathing would give you a bad rash. So it's like, figure that out.
There is a reason why I have a concealed firearms license. Heavy breathing is way too far, buddy. If you look at me wrong, I may end you. And if you even think about looking at me wrong, let alone think about thinking about me wrong, you should fear for your family and friends.
Goddamn, we got a motherfucking gangster up in this fucking sheet, man. That's how we rolling up in this B. For real, dog. Ain't even playing.
I told you he's a tough kid. You have no idea how many diapers I have changed or how much baby milk formula we have had to mix up in the back room, right, Melania? She loves to mix up the formula. We call it U.S. taxpayer dollars, but it's what the doctors ordered. They say, give him the formula.
Well, I think I need to go do whatever people do after they are done mentally eating and digesting something really big.
See, now that's a truth bomb right there, boy.